Okay, the journey started in April of last year. When I first began thinking about this, I had completed a 28-year municipal career 2 years prior in June, 15 of those years at the city of Plano, where I retired as deputy city manager. But as I started thinking about, is this the place for me right now? Is this what I need to be doing for our city right now? What do I bring to the table? What is it that the city needs? That's where I made the decision. Not only do I have the knowledge of our governance process and lots of experience in volunteering and understanding our community and being a part of this community for 18 years, but I believe that where we are right now as a city in terms of the diversity that we're now experiencing in terms of growth and demographics and infrastructure, all of these things, we're actually having to continue to work on things that are a result of our amazing success over the years. And what I'm finding is that we have to know how to have the conversations now. They may be a little bit different than they were before. They might be a little more contentious. And so how do we make sure that we are not distracted by these issues and these positions and make sure that we're continuing to nurture the excellence that is Plano? That is where I thrive. That is what I've been able to do in my career. That is what I do in my personal relationships, and that is what I do in our community. I know how to separate issues from people. I think it's important to do that. Accountability for making the best decisions is really important. And I believe that for what Plano needs right now and for the skill set that I bring to the table, I am the person to be on the city council to help us to continue to move forward. My vision for Plano is that we continue Plano's vision. I have great respect for the work that so many people have done for so many years to create the amazing environment that we live in today. Fortunately, we have a lot of things that are going really well. We just have to make sure that we're managing those things to move forward. So I want to be part of continuing that vision of what excellence looks like in our future. Safety and security are something that we really appreciate and love here in our community. I want to be part of continuing that. More than anything else, I want to be part of creating and maintaining a sense of community where everybody in this wonderfully diverse community that we have feels valued and feels a sense of belonging and understands how to enter into and participate in the decisions made through our governance process. While working as Deputy City Manager of Community Services, I had the good fortune to actually work with all the departments that we're talking about right now. That would be police, fire, emergency management, 911, libraries, and parks and recreation. I got to see firsthand up close the amazing work that goes into creating these wonderful spaces for us, for providing these libraries that present so many books and opportunities for us to learn in many different languages and addresses all of the many cultures. And of course, there's the safety and security in our environment. The professional staff that works at the City of Plano is second to none, private or public, as far as I'm concerned. And I certainly think it is so important that we continue to be accountable together, that citizens be engaged in the process, that city staff do their jobs, and that we all maintain the fiscal responsibility to make sure that we maintain the quality of life that we all enjoy and that we all say in our surveys that we want to maintain. Responsible management is important, whether we're talking about mobility or safety or fiscal responsibility, whatever the case, responsible management is important. And I would suggest that we put responsible management as a priority alongside things like reality. There are some realities about being a growing city, being a prosperous city, being a city that is a destination for so many people that people want to be here. They want to bring their companies here. And we happen to be that thoroughfare for people to move through. It is about responsibly managing the infrastructure, the roadways, the traffic signals, all of these things to make sure that we know what it is that is possible, what it is that can be done, taking advantage of the partnerships throughout the region and the state, using those dollars responsibly. But it comes back to responsible management and using all of the options available to us to make sure that we are managing traffic congestion and helping our citizens to move comfortably through our city at any time of day. Property taxes also fall under that category of having to manage responsibly. Property taxes are in place to fund our city services. In Plano, we have a lot of things that have gone really well. And so it's sort of us dealing with the consequences of our success. We have great properties, our values are soaring, people are here. This is what comes with the success in a community. I don't believe that there's one right answer. We have options to address property taxes, and we have to be part of that process. We have to talk about what is it that we want, what is it that we want to achieve, and what does it mean for our future. So these are not short-sighted answers that need to happen around property taxes, and they should not be one-time-a-year discussions. So I think it is a strategic discussion that we should have about how do we manage our property taxes, what's fair, what's appropriate, and what does it mean downstream for whatever decision we make. When we talk about affordable housing in Plano, this is not a new conversation. It's been in place for some time. We have groups like the Plano Housing Corporation that has tried to do some things to provide affordable housing in new construction. We have different groups that are coming together to talk about this information. But we have to begin, I believe, by deciding what does affordable housing look like in Plano? How supportive are we of having affordable housing? Where can it be? Is that something that we embrace? And what are those costs for affordable housing? So I think it's a larger conversation that we need to have, and it's not just about whether it's going to be built or where it's going to be built. It's going to be how does Plano feel as we talk about the character of our community. How do we feel about affordable housing, and then how do we make it work for our community? I am not endorsed by a party. I have received an endorsement from the Dallas Morning News, but I'm going to say, and I'm saying this in response to both Lily and Shelby, that I don't tend to go one way or the other. What I have found is that the values that I represent and have represented and I believe in throughout my life, as I've studied these things, as I listen to words that come about from either the Republican or the Democratic Party, what I have found is that I subscribe to a lot of both of those. So I don't think it's necessary to go one way or the other. I think that it's really very important that we make sure that we can take care of the needs of everyone. I don't think it's right or wrong either way, but I think it is possible to work with all people without any specific endorsements from either side. But again, I think that feeds sort of the mode that we're in right now, that we think it has to be either this way or that way. I think it can be a combination of both, and we can all talk about the things that we need to talk about respectfully, and we can get the work done for the best interest of everyone. Hi, I'm Lashon Ross, and I'm running for Plano City Council, Place 7. I have been part of this community for 18 years. I've worked as a public servant. I've served as a volunteer in our community. I'm a citizen of our community, and I've seen it from both sides, what the excellence looks like in our city. I've also seen the challenges that we have in our city. I am prepared now to use all the talent, all the skills, all the experience in governance and understanding people and working very effectively with people to come and serve us at a time when we are a little bit more challenged because of the changes in our community. I am prepared to come in and have the real conversations, the real discussions about things like accountability, fiscal responsibility, transparency, which are things that should be what we do anyway. They are certainly the things that I have practiced throughout my 28-year career in municipal government, and I am ready to bring that to the City Council to work on your behalf. I look forward to us being able to have the real discussions about the real things that have allowed us to be excellent and that will continue to help us have this vision of excellence in our future. I'm asking for your vote on April 22nd when early voting starts, moving right up to Election Day on May 4th. Please vote Lashon Ross, Plano City Council, Place 7. Thank you.